I can't wait. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bitch. I ain't afraid of none of y'all.
Oh, hell no.
I'm from Airline. I live in LA. Y'all need to grow the up. I live in LA.
What's that?
Yes, ma'am.
Buckle yourself in. Buckle yourself in. This is your last warning. Buckle yourself in.
What about me?
Buckle yourself in.
What about my safety? What about my safety?
Yep. Exactly. Your
What about my safety?
mother.
What about my safety?
Yeah, your mother.
Your mother. Your mother. Okay. That's the last thing you're gonna do to me.
No.
No, ma'am.
You need to sit down.
No, you're not.
You need to sit down.
Sorry.
Is there any other person that can help you put it down?
Swing your hands. This way. Don't swing your hands. There we go.
Have fun in jail.
For what? For what? For what?
Have fun in jail tonight.
For what?
Go drop the soap.
Yeah.
For what?
You're about to find out.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Fuck around and find out what?
What?
You about to find
No,
out
I'm
why
saying
you're
be
going to
careful
jail.
for the luggage.
Drop the skateboard. Drop the skateboard. Put it down. Drop the skateboard. Yeah, turn around.
What? Talking all that.
Bye. Bye.
What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for clicking on this episode. I really do appreciate your love and support on this channel. So imagine boarding a flight to Los Angeles only to spend nearly 13 hours trapped in a travel nightmare. That is exactly what happened on a Breeze Airways flight, where this racist white man passenger decided to start a chaos mid-air, handling racist slurs to the flight attendant. But anyway, the good thing about this is that he was put into his place, he was arrested. But this is quite crazy because this is not the first video I've seen where people are getting crazy on an airplane. Like, I mean, we are mid-air, like we are in the skies and you want to start this. Some people are just crazy, guys, honestly, because you must have to be very crazy to be doing this in a flight. And these are the kind of people that should be on no-fly list, because like, what do you mean? Like, let them just use the road, let them, I don't care how many hours they have to drive, but you're not gonna risk the life of other people just because of, you know, hatred and racism. Anyway, I want us to watch these videos together, guys. Every clip and every stitch that you'll be seeing on our today's episode, credits belongs to the original creators of these videos that you see on your screens. And if you're this kind of a person, just be aware that on that flight it's carrying so many people and no one wants to lose their life just because of your hatred and your stupidity. So let's just dive right ahead and we'll come back with more commentary.
This was glorious. This was absolutely glorious. Now, he bothering this sister. He won't sit down. The sister stayed in her feminine. She didn't get in her masculine. When you stay in your feminine and you're in distress, the masculine acts. It's activated. Because we don't like to hear that tone where you're hollering for help or you're annoyed. That annoyed tone that you have, sis, it forces us to act. That's why y'all babies get their ass blistered when we're not gonna keep hearing that doggone noise in our ear. And you keep telling them children, go sit down and stop and stop and stop and don't do that. So now don't run in here, get out. No. That annoyed the hell out of us. We gonna get some peace or we gonna have your ass in pieces. That's what's gonna happen. So that boy went and grabbed his baby, his little wayward son, Junior. Sit your goofy ass down, Junior. He put his ass down in his little car seat and gave him his little binky. Look, you don't move. Daddy don't want to have to bust your ass on this airplane, on these folks' good airplane. You acting up. All right. I will bust your ass on this airplane. I've never seen something so emasculating. This man was taken away. He had no power to resist. He felt helpless. He felt helpless. He was a toddler all over again in a matter of seconds. He was a toddler all over again. This man picked this man up, moved him across the room, sat him down in his seat, and said, sit your ass down. And you know what come after that. I'm sure they ain't had no problems out this fella during the whole flight. He was looking for his daddy's approval after that. Daddy, see, I'm good, huh? I'm being good, right, Dad? Yeah. Okay, Dad. Yeah. All right, Dad. I'm good, right? Cause Dad gonna blister your ass on these people plane. Passenger 57 on your ass. Man, that was glorious. I don't care. Listen, we need to come together, send that brother money, free steaks or whatever it is. Who is this man anyway? This is one of the most glorious moments. I've seen some stuff today that made me really proud of the black man. I swear to God. Y'all are doing it. That is how you handle your wayward children, brother. Because the black woman is everybody's mama. You didn't listen to mama. The mama stayed in her feminine. She trying to help you because she don't want daddy to get involved. So daddy get involved and got to handle you. Glorious. Glorious.
I done woke up in the middle of the night and started doing a little bit of knitting, scrolling on TikTok, and ran across this clip. Bro, what? He picked him up like he was a toddler and sat him in that seat and told him to sit his tail down. You know what? TikTok never failed me with the laughter.
Holiday, and right now you can save £50 per person.
I thought everyone feared being on the no-fly list. I am so wrong. I thought everybody prioritized their freedom the way that I do. I am so wrong. These Jet2 holiday videos show me I am so wrong, because why are you at the airport? Why are you on the plane acting the fool? To the point where another passenger is picking you up by your armpits like you are a toddler and putting you back in your chair. Have you got no shame? You must have left your shame at home before you got to the airport, because what happened, sir? Those of us who fear the no-fly list, maybe we need to get together, get a little WhatsApp group together and fly together so we don't have any of these nonsense interruptions on our trips. Honestly, it is such an eye-opener.
So this one right here too, yeah, we need to talk about it, because this man, after he done did all this shit and the police came for him, he started getting his bags. I'll put the video up. He started getting his bags, and then he went up to the one guy that he was beefing with the most, the one that picked him up and put him in his car seat so he could get locked in. Yeah, he went up to him and he dapped him up. He's like, "Nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you." And he was like, "I'm getting arrested for what? What am I getting arrested for?" Like, let me put the video. Long story short, this guy got drunk. He decided that the flight attendants didn't pick up his trash on time, so he threw it in the aisle. The guy was sitting 2 seats in front of me. Our hero, really big tall guy that picked him up by the armpits, he was my seat neighbor. So he was sitting right next to me. The guy gets loud with the flight attendant. She's telling him, you know, calm down. There's no need to raise his voice. And another passenger chimed in, telling him, like, hey, calm down. You're going to get the plane diverted. And he just kept going off. And eventually, he wouldn't stop talking to the other passenger. He took his Zin out of his mouth and threw it at him. He leaned forward and swatted at him and actually physically hit him. The guy asked to move, so he got moved to a seat in the front. And the guy that was drunk started picking on other people, and eventually got so out of hand that they had to tie him down with zip ties to the chair. And he broke out of that twice. And kind of at this point, we were all just keeping an eye on him because he was acting erratic. He took off his studded belt, and it looked like he planned to do something with it, but we called for... I went like this, and I waved to the flight attendant. Flight attendant came. She said, "What do you plan on doing with that?" And she ended up yanking that from his hands and taking the belt away from him. And I think during like the strapping down process, he actually hurt the flight attendant. So that's when the really big tall guy was asked to help try to strap him down, and that's what led to him picking him up and putting him in the chair, because he kept getting up and he tried to physically attack another person, and he was getting in the flight attendant's face, like puffing up his chest to her, and just all over the place. And I mean, eventually they told us we had to land. We landed in Grand Junction, Colorado, literally in the middle of nowhere. And he got arrested, and then people were interviewed. And then all the news was there at our baggage claim when we landed in LAX. And they were like sticking their cameras in our face, and it was quite annoying because our nonstop flight, 5 hours, turned into like 11 hours. And that kind of sucked because, yeah, ruined a lot of our plans.
So I know y'all all seen that video of the airplane incident where the big black dude picked that little white dude up and sat him down in that seat. I want to hear from the dude that picked him up. I want to hear from him. I want to hear what his side of the story to all this is and what he was thinking in his mind and all that. And if y'all have seen that video already, tag me in it. Go back and find it and tag me in that shit. Or if you see it, tag me in that shit, because I want to see that shit. Because I can only imagine what was going through his mind. And I want to know what's going through his mind now that shit's like viral. Like, you straight picked this man up underneath his fucking shoulder, underneath his armpits, like a little baby. They say he sat him down like it was sitting a kid down in a car seat. I would be so embarrassed if I was that other man.
Whenever we see someone act belligerently on an airplane and then the video ends up on this app, we always say in the comment sections, we should stop serving alcohol on planes. Like, we gotta stop with the drinks and people are being overserved and they're wasted, blah, blah, blah. I'm proposing on my end, like, yeah, maybe not alcohol, that's probably a good idea, but more importantly, let's not have racist people. Like, let's not have egregiously, aggressively racist people on flights. That's hello, common denominator, right? Every single fucking time we see someone losing their shit on an airplane, it is either explicitly or implicitly racially motivated, or at least there's like some sort of racial element to it, whether they're literally like this guy with the Breeze Airline saying the N-word and whipping a belt in his hand and being absolutely like grand wizard whatever descendant parade. I don't know, it literally has more to do with racism than anything else. Like, people will drink on airplanes and do whatever else and take an edible and like call it a day, and they're not out here absolutely like just like trying to start a fucking clan on an airplane. Like, racism.
Yeah, guys, that is what happened. I don't even know how it would be like being in the same flight with such a person, because like I saw that he was even having a skateboard. I don't know what he was trying to do with it. I don't even understand what he was trying to do with his belt when that flight attendant came and grabbed the belt from his hands. It's crazy. And the craziest part about this is that this guy is 46 years old. Like, what do you mean you're 46, Mr. David, and you have the audacity to do this in public? Like, what's wrong with you? And people are actually saying that flight attendants and airlines should stop serving alcoholic drinks mid-air, and people should not be allowed to board flights when they're actually intoxicated. But yes, it's a good thing, but I also want to say that this is the kind of a person that he is. It's not because he was intoxicated. Do you want to tell me that he just drank that and he was intoxicated with hate and racism, and that's why he had to use racial slurs? That should not be used as an excuse as to why he did what he did. He exactly knew what he was doing, and this is why he was insulting this woman for no good reason, including other black people in that flight. You all heard what he was actually saying, and for those of the muted words, if you want to hear or watch the whole clip unmuted, you can actually go and watch it on TikTok, because there are some words that he used that we cannot just let them play here, or because you have to respect the YouTube guidelines. This was so crazy that even the FBI had to be involved when the flight was diverted. Can you imagine being on a flight for 12 hours that was only supposed to be a 6 hours long flight, and now because of such a person the flight had to divert, and they had a stopover for almost, I think, 7 hours. It's quite crazy, and people should be mindful of other people. You're not the only person who is going somewhere when you're boarding that flight. You might be going for a vacation, but other people are going to important things. Like, there's this one who was like, I've not seen my kids in about 7 months or 9 months, and she's like in the army, and she was so happy to get home early and have some time with the kids, but all that was ruined just because of this one person. And when I do such videos, or when I see for some people being showing hatred and being racist towards black people and minorities, just like people say, I think these people know who to choose to do those crazy things to, because you saw when this black man came and lifted this man like a toddler to put him back in his seat, he didn't say nothing, but he was very loud when he was talking to this woman. He was very disrespectful to this flight attendant until that man came to put him back in his seat. And this should not be happening. Like, it's so crazy that grown-up people have to be out there behaving like kids. And it's just the other day I saw a video of white teenagers using racial slurs, you know, to Indian people, which is not allowed. You should not be racist to any person, either black, either person of color, either Indian, either Hispanic. You have no right, and this has to stop. I mean, like, now this guy, everyone knows the kind of a guy that you are, and it seems like he's not even ashamed, you know, because so many of the people that I see having or have this behavior, they probably have friends who are like them. They probably have family members who are like them, because you cannot tell me that this person have this audacity to behave like he was behaving, using racial slurs and disturbing everyone on that flight, making people to be delayed for 7 good hours. And you want to tell me that he hangs around with people that have a different character than him? No. Just like the white man said, show me your friends and I'll tell you your character, or I'll tell you who you are. Probably this guy hangs around people who have the same mentality as him, who have the same character as him. It's so sad, 46 years old and you're behaving like this. It's crazy, guys. I don't know what you all think about this, but this was sad to watch. People being delayed for 7 hours, their life being put at risk just because this man felt like he had the right to do whatever he wants. Like, if you feel like you have to do this, then maybe buy your own private jet. Maybe, you know, book your own private jet. Don't use public airlines. If you have to have this kind of behavior, at least maybe have some money where you don't want to be around other people. Well and good. If you don't want to fly with other people, if you don't want to have melanated flight attendants at the flight that you're actually flying in, then go and book a private jet out there. That will save you from all this trouble. Now you're gonna go to jail for your stupidity, for something that you could have, you know, just solved easily. You could have just listened and respected this flight attendant because that was at their place of work. And every time that you go to any person's place of work, you should be able to follow their guidelines. You should be able to respect them despite their gender, despite their race, despite their physical appearance. I don't know what you all think, guys, but thank you so much for watching up to this part. I hope that he gets what he deserves, and make sure to give this video a like, and until the next episode, bye.